back to Fatima and Ola Fashion Workshop. My name's Ariola, I'm from High-End Fashion, and today I would like to talk to you about a very hot topic. That's how we call it here. We're talking about finding the perfect wedding gown. It looks like an easy task and we all have a dream gown in mind, but how easy it's to find it out there? I think it is. So we're definitely going to help you out today, giving you a few suggestions and some little tricks on how to find the perfect wedding dress. Here we are on our high-end fashion atelier. Here's where we create all of our custom wedding gowns. Here's where we do all the alterations for all of you that already had a dress or it doesn't fit. So together with our alteration specialist, Fatima, we are going to show you some little tips and tricks on how to find that perfect wedding gown. Because if something goes wrong at the end of the day and you're not ready for the perfect day, I think it starts with making the wrong choice for your dress. And that happens randomly just because there's so many dresses out there, or just because you're not sure, you don't know what you want, or you don't know where to find it or how to find the perfect dress. So to find that dream gown that I think most of the girls have an idea on their mind of what they want. So if that's your case, if you already know what you want, you got to make sure that that dress of your dreams meets a few criteria. So first of all is that dress meets your body type. We are so aware that we love a dress that we see on a model, that it's 6 feet tall and has the perfect figure and it looks great and the pictures are photoshopped most of the time, but we got to be aware that that style might not fit for our body type. Nobody's perfect, and it's so good to have imperfection just because they make you who you are. So you got to make sure and embrace your body, accept the body that you have, and know your body. What do I mean by when I say knowing your body? Knowing your body means that you know what is the style of the dress that looks best in you. Let's say we don't all have like tall legs, or we're not skinny enough, or we don't have the right breast size or the one that we want it to be, or very big or small rib cage. So that's our body imperfections that we got to make sure that they're all perfectly covered, or at least not emphasized when we choose the right dress. So let's say you love a dress that it's very wide open in the front and has like a lace detail, but if you don't have the right chest for it, or if you are very wide at the shoulders, that's a style that it's not going to look good on you. So you have to make sure that you know your body type. If you don't know, and it's okay to not know your body well enough to know what style looks best on you, you can always come to a specialist. We, or whoever you choose to work with, is definitely going to be helpful to give you some professional tips and let you know if that style that you're already thinking of does fit your body the way it should be, or it works for your body type or not. Below, we're gonna show you a few pictures and samples of what style works for a specific type of body and what style doesn't. So a little do's and don'ts that you gotta keep in mind while you find that perfect dress. So getting back on the topic, the first one was the body type. The second one is the type of the wedding that you are planning to organize. So we do a lot based on the season as well. We do a lot of indoor, outdoor weddings. There's a wedding, there's going to be a lot of dancing, or you have like a specific dance that you have to make with your future husband. So all of that, it does affect on the dress that you are willing to purchase. Because if you have a lot of dancing to do, you want to make sure that you're not going to buy a dress that has like a gigantic 5 feet long train, because you're going to end up cutting it, and most likely the dress is not going to look the same without the train. So make sure that you know the type of the wedding that you're having. If you're having that fancy wedding on a mansion, then I would say yes to a lot of pearl, lace, fur and a lot of other details like that to make it a lot more glamorous. But you're planning to have like a small wedding with all your friends and family, just something very low-key, then I would definitely recommend to keep the dress as well low-key. That doesn't mean that the dress is not going to look beautiful or be perfect, absolutely not, or just be like a more subtle dress. When it's like very nice and elegant, you make sure that it doesn't have like a super long train, especially if you have like a beach wedding or a garden wedding, because the grass and the dress doesn't really work well together. You're gonna end up having stains and stuff like that you don't like. So this is also important, and the season as well. If you're planning for an outdoor wedding when it's going to be super hot, you don't want to wear that long sleeve that it might be a little too much or super tight over the summer that you plan to be sweaty and the emotions and all that. But if it's winter, definitely I would recommend a long sleeve dress, or you could always pair it with like a nice fur vest. Faux fur or real fur, it's up to you, but like a nice vest to have on top of your dress if it's sleeveless. So that would make it more season appropriate. The other thing to keep in mind, it's also the budget. If you are organizing a wedding and are on a budget, on a specific budget, it can be $10,000 for the dress, but it can be $800 or $500. So based on the budget, you want to make sure to find that dress that meets your needs, but also is within the budget that you want to spend, because there's a zillion dresses out there. But if you don't focus right on your search, then you're going to end up seeing so many and probably ended up getting the wrong dress. And when most of people understand when they got the wrong dress is when they get to a seamstress to have it alter. Alteration is another topic that we want to talk about. So together with our specialist, we think there's a minimum type of alteration that you're but supposed to make into a dress. So let's say you bring in a dress in the store and it needs 6 different type of alteration. This is the time when we realize that this is not the right dress for you. Or here comes a question, why did you even buy it in the first place? Is it the one? Because by doing 6 different type of alteration, you are changing the style of the dress, which means that was not the right dress. That was not the one that you wanted to begin with. So why buy it when you see that it's going to have a lot of alteration needs? That's more cost effective to have a dress that fits well and it's very close to what you need, than to have a dress that you think it's going to be okay with the right alteration, because alteration can cost a lot of money and sometimes it's just so hard to find, to change the shape of the dress. Let's say you got a very puffy dress and you wanted to turn it into a mermaid shape. You can do like 10 different types of alteration there and add fabrics and take out the tulle and the puffiness, but that's going to change the whole style of a dress. It's going to cost you a lot of money and most likely it's not going to end up looking the way you want it to. So why buy the dress that you are not really happy with? You got to be so happy with the dress that you have, then to go on the next stage, that is alteration. So for me, alteration needs to be minimal alteration, meaning you just need a hemming or a little resizing or some adjustment here and there, but not fundamental changing the whole style of the dress, because that is most likely not gonna end up looking right. We love to do it. We perform all type of alterations here, and business-wise, I would say the more the better. But as a specialist that is here to definitely give you some advice and share some knowledge, I would recommend less alteration. We come to a point that we decided that if a dress needs 3 different type of alteration, let's say on the bustier or to create a corset dress, and hemming, which is inevitable for most of the dresses, then you're okay to go. So we would definitely approve. If it needs 6 different type of alteration, let's say adding sleeve, changing the back, changing the front, changing the shape, then it's a no-no. You shouldn't even buy the dress in the first place, because it's definitely going to cost you more money, and it's most likely not going to end up being the dress that you love, or not even close to being the dress of your dreams. Another thing to keep in mind in alteration is trying to improve the dress as much as you can. Not every dress fits okay, even though it's your size, just because of the style, the way it's cut, or a specific material and all that. So just coming to a specialist and having that consultation, it's definitely going to help you out. And we try to cover every imperfection, every problem that you see that you don't like, or anything that is making you uncomfortable. If it's a low cut, we can definitely add some lace in there, or add a little sleeve so it doesn't, so your arm doesn't show. You know, a little coverage here and there, or just opening some parts when it's too covered. Just little alteration like that are highly recommendable to change the dress as much as you can. Not change, but probably to improve the dress and make it closer to perfection, to what you always dreamed of. But the one that changed the entire style, we don't really recommend that. Not that those are not doable. Everything is doable, but it's just not probably going to end up not liking it and costing a lot more money. When it comes to alteration on wedding gowns, it's finding the right place to alter your dress. By that, I mean the place when you are met with a specialist and you're taken care of. By taken care, I don't mean the glass of bubbly champagne that most of the stores offer here, which is, it's not bad, but it's not what you're looking for. So by taken care of, I mean, and you should specifically ask that the lady that is performing the alteration on your dress, that professional seamstress, it's gotta be the one that is there while you're having a fitting. I know a lot of like chain store work in a way when there's like the big boss, and there's like the manager, and there's like the store manager, and there's like the shift manager, and there's a few other employees, and then on the back right there or somewhere else is the lady that is actually going to perform alteration on your dress, the seamstress. It's not how it should work. Based on our experience, we had a lot of dresses that came from other places that were not done right, just because an alteration specialist was not there to see your body. The first thing that we do here is we had a meeting directly with the bride-to-be. So the seamstress with the bride-to-be, she looks at her body, trying to visualize how the dress is going to look and figure out the body type. When we give measurement to somebody else to do the job, we are not saying a thing. Because if you measure easily with a measuring tape, a girl that has a bigger breast and a smaller rib cage, it's going to show, let's say, 40 inches or something like that. And there's the same situation when somebody has like a very wide rib cage or shoulders, and the breast area is like a few numbers smaller. Then we have the same 40, but it's a different type of body. It's a different, so the dress obviously it's going to fit differently. That's why we always emphasize this part. The alteration, the seamstress, the professional seamstress got to be there to look at your body and to see how the dress fits. This is going to make it so much more easier for her to perform alteration and have like the desired result. If you have a consultation with somebody that's not going to do your alteration, then most likely something's going to go wrong. By passing the information from one person to the other, no matter how specialist that lady is, and I'm sure she is, that's why she's doing it, it's not going to end up looking good, because she hasn't seen you in the dress, she has not seen your body, she has not had that conversation, that's so very important conversation with you to see how you feel with your dress, because we want you to feel the best that you could ever be and look the greatest that you've ever looked for your big wedding day. So make sure that you always have that consultation, and the person that is performing alteration, it's going to be there, standing there, and making sure that everything's going to go perfect. If it's not there, because for some reason that's how the store works and that's how the business works, ask for it. we would highly recommend you to ask for it. Have the conversation with that lady, and then everything is going to go smooth from there, because she saw you, she know how you feel about the dress, and she know how the dress fits on you, and that makes it so much easier for her to get the alterations right. So we highly recommend that you do so. Ask for the seamstress that is going to do your alteration on your wedding gown. Very important. I know that the crazy lifestyle and the planning goes way ahead. So you plan your wedding, let's say 2 years in advance, a year in advance, and you get the wedding dress 2 years in advance. That's okay. We're fine with this. This is good. It's good to have some time to have everything planned and organized, and it's okay to get the wedding 2 years in advance or a year in advance, which is fine. We try and accept that. But don't you ever try to do the alterations a year in advance. It's a no. I know that most of the bridal salon has like a crazy schedule. They wouldn't take you last minute, and that's not what we're recommending here. But a year, it's 365 days filled with a lot of different emotions, a lot of stress, and that affects your body in a way that you could never imagine. So a woman's body changes every day. In 365 days, your body can be 20 pounds less or 20 pounds more. You never know how the whole wedding preparation is going to affect you. So you end up getting alteration the day that you get the dress, or like a month, the following month when you get the dress, and a year later it doesn't fit. You were too stressed out, you ate a lot, you didn't have time to work out, or vice versa. You were too stressed out, you forgot to eat, and then you lost those pounds, which is okay. But when you gain weight, it's a problem. So you're going to end up spending more money on re-altering the dress, which it happened a lot. That's why we're really pointing this out. So what we would recommend, a reasonable amount of time, is, I would say 2 months before the wedding. So you would be okay with it. You wouldn't freak out or anything like that. You wouldn't panic, and the seamstress would have some time to work on it, just because that's how the schedule is. And when it's the busy season, nobody can guarantee that it's going to work on your wedding dress in a week. I would recommend scheduling an appointment with a person that you decided that you're going to take your alterations to, your wedding gown to. Schedule that appointment for that day. I know it's going to be like next year, but just schedule that so she has you in the schedule, and it makes it so much easier. And show up 2 to 3 months before the wedding, but not 6 months, not a year, because your body most likely is going to change. 80% of the cases that we had, the body changed and they regret doing the alteration. So why rush that much when you're going to end up re-altering the dress, or it's going to end up being small? So just to avoid all of this type of problem, just wait and see how your body is reacting through all the stress and the lifestyle, and see where you at 2 to 3 months before the wedding, and then take your wedding gown to alteration. Highly recommend that, because no matter what, the body changes a lot, so that affects on the alteration and the fit of the dress, believe it or not. Okay everyone, so as you see on the pictures, there's a few do's and don'ts of how to make sure that you find that perfect wedding gown, and you make sure that you make that great choice that you would be so proud of later, and you will avoid a lot of other problems and spending so much money and so much time and going through all that stress. So thanks again for watching. We'll definitely keep doing a lot more informative videos like this, giving little suggestion on what to do and what not, what to keep in mind. And I hope that this makes your huge task of finding the perfect dress a lot easier. Thanks for watching again. See you on our next video.